Hey brides, welcome back to another episode of the Bridal Coach podcast. Today, I thought it would be fun to walk you through what I would do if I wanted to lose 10 pounds in 3 months and tone up before my wedding. This can be done at any time. Doesn't have to be 3 months before your wedding. The sooner the better. So if you've got 6 months, a year, start doing these now. And I promise you the compound effect of this is going to be huge. But if you only have a short amount of time, this is the stuff that I would crack down on. And it's got nothing to do with going to the gym. So you don't need a gym membership. A lot of my clients don't even go to the gym at all. They do home workouts. But today's episode has nothing to do with even working out. So you're in luck. We're going to start by talking about calories first of all. We all know calories in versus calories out, right? Now, your hormones play such a huge part in this as well. Your food, your hormones, your lifestyle. There is so much that comes into play when you're trying to lose body fat. But if we're really going to start talking about what is the main thing that's holding you back when you're trying to lose weight before your wedding or in general, the number one thing that I pick up on is empty calories. I want you to dial in your easiest calorie drops. So in order to do this, you might have to track what you're eating every single day for a little while to actually notice. But if you're going to Starbucks every single morning to pick up your frappuccino or iced latte or latte with caramel syrup and pump of hazelnut, like whatever your order is from Starbucks or from a coffee shop, these are little habits. These are sort of empty calories, which we're talking about today, okay? Listen, we all love a good coffee. But when you're having one in the morning and then maybe one mid-afternoon to give you that little kick that we all need, these are empty calories. They're not giving you any sort of nutrients. They're helping you with your energy, and that is pretty much it. But we can get that sourced from somewhere else or something lower calorie. So if I really wanted to decrease my calories that I was eating, because again, calories in, calories out, we need to make sure that we are really tightening that bubble, okay? Your body needs a certain amount of calories to function every single day. It also needs a certain amount of carbohydrates. So ladies, we're not going to be cutting carbs. We're not going to be talking about cutting carbs. We actually need carbohydrates to literally function. So I tell my brides this all the time. Unless you want to turn into Bridezilla and literally go nuts, don't cut carbs. But we can cut that latte that you're having every single morning, okay? So I'm talking about swaps. I'm not just talking about like completely getting rid of them, okay? Because if that's a part of your routine, if that's a natural habit of yours, but routine is super important as well. For example, I wake up every single morning and I do love a coffee. But if I wanted to get snatched for my wedding dress, I wouldn't be able to have the same coffee as I'm having usually, because that coffee equates to about 250 calories. I have 2 a day when I have a busy work day, sometimes 3. Do the maths. 2 a day, that's 500 calories. 3 a day, that's 750. If you're someone who's going to Starbucks, they don't cut calories. They do things to the max. They want it to taste good. They want you to come back. They want you to buy more, okay? Unless you are buying, like sugar-free syrups and low-fat milks, this and that, a black coffee, of course, but the regular drinks that you go to Starbucks for, your loved drinks at Starbucks are super calorific. So dial in on your easiest calories to drop in a day. Cut back on your morning coffee or swap it for black. Cut back on your coffee that you're having midday and maybe swap it for tea, peppermint tea, or just drink water. Water is your best friend on your fat loss journey, okay? We need to make sure we are hydrated, but also it's going to help fill that little void that your stomach is telling you you're hungry when you're not. You're probably just dehydrated, okay? So we're going to be swapping high-calorie drinks for low-calorie drinks and high-calorie foods for low-calorie foods. Making those easy swaps is going to 100% save you the easiest amount of calories, okay? I'm going to guess for the average person between 200 to 500. For me personally, if I take out my coffee in the morning or I swap my coffee in the morning for a black coffee with a tinge of milk and some honey maybe, because I don't think I could go black coffee straight away, and then swapped my afternoon coffee for maybe, I do love a black iced Americano with honey as well. But again, just making those two swaps, I've saved between 200 to 300 calories. And that is enough to start to make a dent in your calorie deficit, okay? So if we're saving a couple hundred calories there, brilliant. The next thing I want to do is up my steps, my daily steps. The compound effect of doing more steps daily is huge. It's like you're building interest in your bank account, right? It's like the easiest way to bank up and spend more calories. Like, you are burning more calories when you're walking. You're benefiting yourself so much. The longevity that comes with walking is insane. There's science to back it. So walking really, really does have its benefits. And for fat loss, you have to think of it like a slow burner. You're going to the gym, you're doing a HIIT workout, great, you're burning calories, but you feel exhausted after. So yes, you might burn more calories than 10 minutes of walking, but you can't do a HIIT workout for an hour, 2 hours, but you can go for a walk. And this doesn't have to be all at once. You can compound this over the day. You can do 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes in your morning break, 10 minutes at lunch, 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there, 10 minutes after dinner. It's going to support you so much on your fat loss journey. This is what I would do. And I would also see the benefits in how my body is digesting food and how my body is getting ready for certain parts of the day. It would become my normal routine and it would set me up for a better sleep. I used to go for walks in the evening last summer, more so in comparison to this summer, and it used to set me up for the day. So maybe I'm going to use this to hold myself accountable and go back out for those walks. But your evening walk is literally going to set you up for a more relaxing sleep. You're going to have a better sleep. Sleep obviously helps with fat loss as well, so we need to make sure that that is a priority. But walking is the easiest way to bank up calories that you've burnt, okay, rather than going to the gym if you don't have time or if you just don't want to go. Walking is there. Use your legs. So commit to 8,000 to 10,000 steps every single day. Pop your headphones in, listen to a podcast. I like to look at walking as like an opportunity to pair it with something else that you enjoy doing or a habit that you already have. Like if you regularly call someone or if you want to speak to someone, like go for a walk while you're on the phone. If you like listening to podcasts and learning new things or just, listening to the Bridal Coach, then pop your headphones in and go for a walk. There's so much that you can do. Reply to messages, do things on your phone, like whatever you were doing at home anyway. You could probably do, if we're being real, out on a walk, replying to people, messaging people, posting on Instagram, whatever you're doing. Making walking a priority will add up to 200 to 400 calories extra every single day. So already with making the swaps that I would make in the morning with my morning coffee and cutting back on maybe a few snacks and a few things in my meals, just all of those extra calories which we don't need, I'm saving myself 200 calories from there and about 2 to 3, let's play it safe, 100 calories with my extra steps every single day. Add that up, 400 to 500 calories. That's me being modest, by the way. 400 to 500 calories in my calorie deficit every single day. I'm on track to lose more than 10 pounds in 3 months. And we're not even all there yet. The third thing I would do is anchor every meal with protein. The first thing that would go on my plate, the first thing that I would think about at lunch, the first thing that I would wake up and have is protein. You are hungry in the evening, you are hungry at lunch, you are hungry at random parts of the day because your body is lacking protein. I promise you, if you anchored every meal with a sustainable amount of protein, you wouldn't be half as hungry as you are. You wouldn't have half the cravings. Your body would feel better. Your body would feel more energized and you wouldn't feel hungry. So what would you do? You wouldn't eat more. If I wanted to make sure that I was controlling my hunger, controlling my cravings to lose weight, to be in the best position for my wedding dress, I would anchor every meal with proteins, right? So like white fish, tuna, chicken breast, turkey breast, some beef minces as well, some lean beef cuts, but literally center your meals around protein. This, again, would literally save you so many calories, not just from your meals, because protein, like lean proteins, actually don't count for a lot of calories. They're super low calorie, right? So if they're being the focus of your meal, you're already bulking out. Like, try eat a whole chicken breast. You're not going to be hungry. Like, obviously you're going to have other things with it as well. But a lot of my clients, for example, when I tell them, I'm like, this is how much chicken you're having, this is how much this you're having, this is how much this you're having, they were like, oh my God, like, I couldn't eat it all. And I was like, there you go. It's because of the protein. Protein is so filling. This is why I literally preach it from the rooftops. Eat more protein. You're going to lose weight. You're not going to be hungry. Your cravings are going to go down. You're going to feel better. You're going to get stronger. Your muscles are going to build. You're going to get toned. You're going to feel good. You're going to feel amazing in your wedding dress. That's it. Eat more protein. Story done. Podcast over. Bye, guys. Joking. But seriously, like, protein, make it the forefront of your meals. 20 to 30 grams every meal, and you're good. The fourth thing I would do and make sure that I'm doing religiously is taking progress pictures and doing weekly weigh-ins, okay? Now, the weekly weigh-ins, yes, of course, we jump on the scale, we can look and see if the scale is moving in the right direction, but progress pictures and other measurements are super key and important as well, okay? I've been working with women for the longest time. I'm a woman myself. I understand how the female body works. We do not go, when we're on our weight loss journey, the scale or the chart of the scale, if we were to actually look at it, and I will actually, if you want me to show you what a healthy weight loss graph looks like, drop me a message, because I will send you hundreds of my clients whose weight loss graph does go in the downward direction, right? But if you look at like where they weigh in every single week, it fluctuates so much. Like, their weight goes up, their weight stays the same, then their weight goes down, then their weight stays the same, then their weight goes down again, but then it goes back up and then it stays the same. Does that not describe like the female hormones and how we actually feel on a monthly basis anyway? Like, I don't know about you, but it does to me. And I think a lot of my clients will vouch for this as well. Like, this is going to reflect in the weight on the scale, okay? Our weight loss journey is so unique, but also you need to understand the basic fundamentals of female psychology. No, not psychology. Female, I guess, hormones. But like the female body, understanding how the female body works, and understand that our weight fluctuates. Even if we did everything the same day in, day out, or, you know, 1 week was way better than the last week, but I lost weight last week, but this week my weight stayed the same or even went up, fine, totally fine. We do not take the weight on the scale as gospel, and that is facts. That, quote me on that. I actually think I said that to one of my clients the other day. I was like, the weight on the scale is not gospel. And she was like, yeah, you're right. We did a check-in and she weighed in, say, I'm not going to tell you exactly what she weighed in, but say she weighed in 65 kilograms. We did a weigh-in on Thursday. She weighed in at 65 kilograms, and this was 1 kilogram heavier than what she was the week before. And she was like, I don't know what's going on. Like, I don't understand this and that. I simply said to her, honey, weigh in for me in 2 days' time. So this was on Friday. I said, weigh in with me on Sunday, weigh in with me on Tuesday. She did that. She dropped me a message and said, oh my God, you keep telling me like, relax, because we take a weigh in, we take a measurement one day. This does not signify, because the next day it could be completely different. And what was it? She was 0.7 kg lighter than she was the previous week. So her body had fluctuated 1.7 kilograms in literally the space of like a week in between each other. It was crazy. But this is how the female body works. So what I would do is, yes, I would take my measurements, I would make note of them, and I would see the compounding effect over time. Of course, over time, we want to see the scales keep going down, but if there are some fluctuations in between, so be it. As long as my progress pictures are looking better, week on week, month on month, I'm seeing a difference. And my measurements also, I would measure around my waist. So make sure, if you're going to do this, that you are taking the measurements at the exact same spot. I make sure that my clients take it at their belly button every single week, so that you make sure that it's the exact same, your belly button height is not moving. So take it at the same height every single week around your stomach. If you want to track your arms, around your thighs, just making sure that you are actually being consistent with where you are measuring. But measurements are a great way of seeing progress as well. For example, one of my clients as well, another client, she saw about 2 kilograms weight loss in the first, say, 4 weeks on the program, and then nothing. She hit a wall. She was stagnant for a long time, but her measurements kept changing. Her waist was dropping. She was dropping inches off her waist. Her jeans weren't fitting her anymore. She felt better. Her stomach was flatter. Like, all of these things were coming together, but the weight on the scale was staying the same. How does that make sense? Well, she was lifting weights, she was eating her protein, she was toning up, okay? She was dropping body fat, which is the goal, but she was toning up at the same time. Muscle weighs people, okay? So measurements are so important, okay? So take your measurements, not just the weight on the scale, but we want that as well. And also progress pictures from the front, from the side, and from the back, so that we can see all angles and we can see where the progress is coming in. Because if you're putting one picture, your first progress picture, next to, say, week 6, we should definitely see some changes. Lower body fat percentage, smaller waist, more definition. Make sure that the lighting, don't play tricks on yourself. Make sure the lighting is the exact same and you're in the same place at the same time. But yeah, we need to control these things. But I would make sure that all of my measurements are being tracked and my progress pictures were being tracked as well. And the final thing I would do is I would plan my weekends every single weekend, regardless of what I'm doing, whether I'm chilling, whether I've got plans, whether it's my Hindu, whether it's a party, whether someone has surprised me with an engagement party or, some brunch, whatever it is, I would try and plan ahead. Obviously, if someone's surprising you, it's hard to plan for that. But I would plan ahead as much as I could, because if we can't plan for it, failing to plan is planning to fail. We can't plan for the calories. We can't plan for when we're going to go for our walks. We can't plan for when we're going to do things that we would regularly or usually do. And things now that we are taking this super seriously, we need to plan for, okay? If you have a goal, it's okay to be a bit more anal with things and need to know and need to have a plan, because if you're doing things the same as what you always have and just gone with the flow, we can't expect to see different changes, right? We can't expect to see anything different. So I would make a plan for my week and I would still have fun, just like all my clients do. If I was getting married, I'm not going to be miserable in the process. Whoever told you have to be miserable in the process on your weight loss journey, if you're trying to lose weight before your wedding, don't listen to them. Listen to me. You can still have fun, but you have to plan for it, just like I tell my clients. So what I would do is I would think ahead. So if one of my girls said to me, okay, we're going to go out tonight or we're going to go out on the weekend, we're going to here and we're going to grab some food and then we're just going to have a few drinks with the girls, I would plan what I'm going to eat and I would plan what I'm going to drink. I would still go and do it. So there's no restriction. There's no obsession. I'm just going with a plan. I'm giving myself alcohol limits. I'm telling myself what I'm going to drink, what drinks I'm going to stick to. And I'm also going to plan what I want to eat. So I'm going to line my stomach. I'm going to make sure I still have food in my system. I'm going to make sure I'm getting my protein in. And I'm going to go have a fun time. But if we plan it, there is nothing that is going to stop us from reaching our fitness goals. And that's key. That is important to us. So we've got to keep it important and we've got to make sure that we're planning for it. The things that I would swap and the things that I would do different might sound something like this. If I'm going to have like a steak or a burger and some chips, I would still have the burger, but I might just ask for a side salad. If I want a steak and chips, I might just get some steak and vegetables. If I want some chicken wings and, I don't know, something else, because I keep saying fries and I just don't know what else to have other than fries. Sweet potato fries. I might have them, but I'm just not going to have the whole portion. If I would usually want a dessert, but I'm also drinking as well, I'm going to choose one or the other. I'm not going to have both, okay? These things can your weekends can take you out of your calorie deficit, and I've seen it time and time again. Clients going out on the weekend, not tracking, not doing what they're supposed to do, or what they should do in order to keep seeing progress or at least know what they're doing. And they're wondering why am I not seeing progress. I'm working my arse off Monday to Friday, even Monday to Saturday. I go out for a roast on Sunday, or I do this, I do that, have a couple of glasses of wine, and then there goes my progress. It's like, well, what do you expect? If you're not tracking, if you don't know what you're having, we can't plan for it. So I would plan. I would plan everything. And it's only for this period of time. Yes, this is not something you're going to be doing forever, but once you're in a better place and a more comfortable place, and once you're exactly where you want to be for your wedding, you've reached your wedding goal, you can go back to living life as normal, but you've also learned boundaries. Let's be real and honest. Most of you don't have boundaries. You'll go out, you'll have a starter, main, dessert, and alcohol. That's fine. I'm not judging. Go do that. I think I would enjoy that time, once in a while. But do I do that? No, because I know how that would make me feel. I know what that would do with my body. And I also know that I do want to look good. I want to look good and I want to feel good. And I know that if I eat more calories, I'm going to put on more fat. So I'm just not going to do that. I'm going to enjoy myself, but we have to have boundaries. So your weekend boundaries are super important, because your weekends are usually what take you away, right? It's literally stealing your goals away from you. Your weekend is stealing your goals away from you if you don't plan them, okay? So you'll be moving towards your 10-pound weight loss goal before your wedding without the panic, without the stress, and with actually feeling good, like you're doing this for you and you've actually got an action plan that doesn't take you away from your family, take you away from work. These are pretty actionable steps that I've given you, right? We just need to figure out where our empty calories are coming from and ditch them or swap them. We need to go for more steps, which you probably know you should be doing anyway, because as you're sat down, like I am most of the time, I'm thinking, oh my God, I need to go for a walk right now. I need to go get some movement in. It's just about actually putting that into practice. So if you can do that, you're good. You've already dropped like 400 or 500 calories, okay? Not to mention your weekends. Your weekends though, I mean, look, you can drop 400 to 500 calories. You might be thinking, oh, that's great. But then come the weekend, you easily put that back on. Okay, so weekends, we need to track them. We need to manage them. We need to make sure that they are actually helping us rather than destroying our goals. And finally, tracking your progress is key. I keep on hitting this microphone, is key, not just on the scale, but your progress pictures and your measurements, and getting your protein in, okay? These 5 things, what I would change, what I would focus on if I really wanted to start dropping body fat and dropping weight, and I guarantee you, I said that this is what I would do to lose 10 pounds in 3 months. If you do all of this right, you can drop the weight way quicker, and it is sustainable, it is maintainable, but you have to set clear intentional boundaries with yourself. So I hope you found today's episode useful and you've at least taken away some tips that are going to help you drop body fat and feel your best in your wedding dress without panicking, without going crazy in the gym, okay? These are actionable steps that you can take every single day, and every single one of us has ways to improve, okay? So just really be honest with yourself, be intentional. And if you want some more helpful tips and tricks to get you looking and feeling your best in your wedding dress, head to my Instagram at The Bridal Coach, and I will help you in any way that I can. And if you want some extra tailored help, drop me a message, drop the word bride in my DMs, and I will message you personally. Okay? Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye.